Hi everyone! Today we're making an Octonauts themed bento box. Have an adult help you with this. In a small pot, add some water and bring that to a boil. We're going to start with our Octo Dogs. We're going to cut them into thirds and we're using the two sides with the rounded ends. I'm making 4 slits where the straight edge is to make the legs. We're adding the Octo Dogs into the water and we're going to boil them for about 4 to 5 minutes or until the legs start to curl. Next, we are going to make our salmon mixture. I have some salmon here in a bowl. I'm adding Japanese mayo. We're going to mix that together. Next, we're going to make Captain Barnacles. I have some saran wrap. I'm adding some white steamed rice and then our salmon mixture and some more rice right on top. Next, I have some blue food coloring that I'm mixing with water. I'm going to dab a few drops onto our rice to color it blue. We're going to use the blue rice to make Captain Barnacle's hat. And I just formed 2 balls for his ears. Next, I'm using a face puncher to get some facial features. I made some eyeballs and then whatever shape I didn't get from the punch, I'm using scissors to cut them out. I'm using tweezers to add the eyes. And I'm also adding the ear detail. I add some strips to his captain hat. I'm also using a little bit of the blue rice for his ears. I decided to add the blue in his ears instead of the seaweed. I'm using little tiny pieces of rice for his eyeballs. Now I'm adding a little bit more details with the nori. And lastly, his mouth. Let's set him aside, and now we're gonna work on Peso the penguin. Peso is the Octonauts medic. He's so important because he's always there when all the Octonauts need help. I'm doing the same with his face. I'm using saran wrap, rice, and salmon, and I'm forming his face. I'm using the nori seaweed and scissors to form his face. He has black detail around his whole head, so I'm just adding that around it. Use the scissors to cut slits and you can lay them flat. Now for his eyes, and I'm using a piece of cheese for his beak. Next, I used a little bit more rice for his hat. And we are finished with Captain Barnacles and Peso the penguin. They came out so cute. Let's make the rest of our bento box. I chopped up some lettuce. I'm laying that down first and gently adding our friends right on top. Next, I boiled up some shrimp for shrimp cocktail. I'm laying those on some romaine lettuce and some cocktail sauce to dip on the side. For our Octonauts, we just have to add in some eyes. I'm using black sesame seeds, poking a hole and just inserting those into the hot dogs. I'm laying the Octo Dogs next to our friends. And for our sides, I have some rainbow goldfish, some red fish gummies, cucumbers, and some cherry tomatoes. And ta-da! All done! Here's our Octonauts bento box. Thanks for cooking along with us!